Hello, I'm Captain Buddy Martinet, and welcome to another edition of Frontline. We're at the last day of Rope 2 up here on the top of the Radisson Hotel, non-funded class for the state, and this is their last day, so we thought it would be appropriate to come up here and do the opening from up here. You know, last month we had the two newest members of the Virginia Beach Fire Department, so we also thought it was appropriate this month to have the two oldest, or not the two oldest, I guess. Well, maybe so for you, huh?
It's possible.
It's possible. But the two people that have been with us the longest in the Virginia Beach Fire Department, Battalion Chief Simmons and Master Firefighter Charlie Gurley, and we're going to spend a little time talking to them before we introduce the program. And thank you all for taking the time to come out here and be with us.
You're welcome.
Chief, let's start with you. Tell us a little bit, how long have you been in the fire department?
Well, I've been fully paid, a little over 38 years, and I worked 2 years when I was in high school to let people go on vacation from Company 11. That was 1953, 54 and 55. I went in the department 56 permanent. I may be the only one that has been a part-time paid fireman.
In the city of Virginia Beach?
Yes.
You know, we were just talking a few minutes ago, that's 38 years is a long time. Most of us would just hope that we lived to be 38 years old, much less work somewhere for 38 years. It's quite an accomplishment.
Oh, yeah. I have enjoyed all of it. I got in young, and I didn't think that it was another job to be had if you didn't get in the fire department. I kind of grew up in it.
Is that right? Chief, let me ask you a question. We asked the young fellows that were on here last month, what do you see as the primary change that the fire department has been through? Since you've obviously more manpower, but since you've come in, where do you see the change in the fire department? Well,
the change is the fire department having so many different functions now in serving the public. Primarily, we was all fire suppression because we didn't have but a handful of people to go around. We did do some inspections, but it wasn't as extensive as it is now. There was an inspection department just like it is now, but you're only talking about 2 or 3 people on duty to do it. And one of those men would take and be assigned a week of going out and doing inspections.
Yes, a lot of people don't know this, but I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, that your daddy was the first sheriff in the fire department and that you actually lived over the old jail where the weight room is at Company 11. Do you remember much about that?
Yes, I do. It was the old jail. That jail was erected in 1941. And the first jail and City Hall annex, City Hall was at 14th Street and Pacific Avenue. Lost the thought.
You spent a lot of time down there then, right?
Yes, that's how primarily that I grew up in it. It was my grandfather, though, not my father.
Oh, it was your grandfather.
Yeah, but we lived all as one family. Upstairs. Living quarters were just as nice as anywhere. And my mother and grandmother both cooked for the prisoners.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty interesting. Charlie, let's go to you for a little bit. How long have you been with us?
Well, I came in July 1 of 63, be 31 years this July 1, which would be 31 years. Started in 63 when we first merged with the city, from town to city. Was 3 of us hired, and we were the 3 that started 24 on the 48 off. That's when we started the 3 shifts, ABC. Right.
You spent most of your career down at the ocean front, didn't you?
Yes, I put approximately, I'd say 17, 18 years at Company 11, wore out the old Seagrave ladder, 15 years on it. So I was there for a while, so it feel like old home down there.
Since you were down there for so long, Charlie, how about, you may ask Chief Simmons how the fire department had changed. How do you see the ocean front has changed since you've been in the fire department from when you came in?
Well, the way it's changed, like you say, we went from the older hotels to the new motels, those were like 4 to 6 stories tall, to we're 10 to 12, and then like the Oceans, which is 22, and the manpower, like I say, was like 15 men then to 400 now. So we relied on volunteers for working fires, and we did have a lot of those. I think we had 35 at Company 11 at that time, but we had a lot of work to do, and it was done well. And I'm like Chief Simmons, it was my life, so I've enjoyed every minute. Thank the good Lord we're in good shape as we are.
Let me ask you one more question, Charlie. What do you think was your biggest fire down at the ocean front?
Well, I think the biggest one, like I say, the oceans, when we had all that problem down there, we were having 1 or 2 calls up there a day. And then we had the last one was 3 different floors on fire. And we had a busy shift, and that's before we had all the manpower. So we worked hard at that one, and we were lucky nobody was hurt or killed.
Charlie, let me ask you this. How about retirement? You got any plans for retirement, whether it's on the schedule, and what are you going to do afterwards?
Well, like I say, I thought about it. Probably another 2 or 3 years. It'd be around 35 years in the service, and that'd be a good time to go out and good health and all, and thank for taking care of myself and everybody taking care of me.
Well, we certainly appreciate all the contributions that you've made to the Virginia Beach Fire Department. I'm sure that you'll leave a lasting impression with everybody. Chief, how about you? Any plans for retirement in the near future?
Near future, maybe a couple years. Family depends a little bit on that. Mm-hmm. My wife is not as well as I wish she was, but I don't want it to be too late when I retire to be able to spend some time with her.
I know we want to. You expressed an interest. You wanted to maybe say a few closing comments to some of the brothers and sisters out there in the field, and you can go ahead and do that.
Yes, I do. It concerns sick leave. It appears that none of us are exempt from having a bad time from time to time, and I had a little bit of a concern of my health, probably back about 6 months ago, and everybody in the fire department, exempting none, either let me hear from them orally, in person, some gift or card of everything that just showed the feelings that they had for a fellow member, and I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart.
Well, I'm sure that I can speak for everybody in the field that we respect both of you deeply, and we stand beside you when thick and thin. So, and we appreciate y'all coming out here. All right, let's go ahead and do the opening to the program.